Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Alex of OPL, and sorry about my voice. I'm kind of losing it again, but if you guys can't notice, then that's perfectly fine. But yes, by the title, you may be saying, what's today? What are you doing today, Alex? Oh, hold on, that's very coarse. Yes, what am I doing today? I am going to be telling you guys the theory and the most likely solution Treyarch will come up with to bring the original 4 characters back into Black Ops 2 Zombies. We know they're coming back. They kind of confirmed it. They're like, yo, we're going to be bringing them back. No big. They're going to be here, and that's quite simple. And there's also lots of quotes that can back this up. If you guys know, Richtofen often refers to Nikolai, Takio, them two often, and he often refers to them as being missed. Now, the other thing is, if you guys remember from the Moon Easter egg, is Samantha is now in Richtofen's body. Now, Samantha, being the daughter of Maxis, we have yet to hear a quote from Maxis saying his daughter has died. And that would be something. That'd be something you would probably hear, no matter what he's doing. You would hear probably a possible quote like saying, "I'm going to avenge my daughter." No, there's nothing like that, and that's what makes me think they're still alive. But what I know is they're not on the moon anymore. That's quite simple, or else Richtofen wouldn't be saying he missed them, because they would be there, and they'd be like, "Hey, Richtofen," he'd be like, "Hey, guys," but that's obviously not the thing. What I'm going to be bringing you now is the moon loading screen. And this, if you guys remember, it was kind of weird when it first came out, but then everybody started to realize everything on the left side of the screen is in the game. It's somehow involved in the game. If you guys don't know this, or you do, this is what I'm going to be backing up my theory on, is if you guys look close enough, there's actually an ad for what appears to be a pocket teleporter. Now, there's always been kind of a question on how the group went from Ascension to Call of the Dead or Shangri-La, like from those 3 maps back in Black Ops 1. There wasn't any real teleporters. There were only things that could supply power for teleporters. And that's the thing. That's where I think this pocket teleporter comes into play. If you guys don't know what it looks like, there's actually one hidden on the Shangri-La loading screen if you look hard enough. And that makes me think, well, Richtofen obviously has been using this, because there isn't no pads, no teleporters like that on Ascension, Shangri-La, or even Call of the Dead. We just know they're able to teleport somehow. We don't see any like the teleporters that we see in Darius. But Richtofen often refers that he mastered teleportation, and this is where my theory is. If the pocket teleporter is still on his body, that would mean there would be a chance for Samantha. Now, she may be 7, but she at least knows what to do if she's guided. So, Maxis, he obviously knows something about this teleporter, because he obviously knows a lot more than what we thought. Especially if you look back to the Moon radio, where he basically tells Samantha to kill everybody when she's the NPD. But we're at that point. We did not know even if Maxis even knew about that thing's existence, but he obviously knew what it did, that it would somehow control the zombies. That makes sense now, if you guys look toward that. Now, with that, Maxis knowing how to work that teleporter could have possibly told Samantha how to work it. Now, the thing is, they didn't go back in time, or else we would have seen something where Richtofen is now greatly affected now, or not even like in control, because if they went back in time, he would have been destroyed. That's how it would have worked. Now, the only thing that is now possible is only them to go forward in time. Now, this is where it gets complicated, and I'm best going to describe it to you. I might actually use a clip from Transit. If you guys know about the teleporters by town, the bridge, and the other town, I'm going to basically use that as almost like a timeline. The road is going to represent the path of time, and the bus is going to represent like the current point along that timeline. And actually, I'm going to use one of the characters from Transit to demonstrate what I'm looking at. So what the idea is, during the events of Moon, right after, they teleport. Now, if they're teleporting into the future, to them, it will seem instant. But even if they go 50 years, there's still that 50 years or so in between that stuff happens. I think that's the point we are at. And possibly in an upcoming DLC, we may see both the transit characters and possibly the original four somehow meet at one point. I see this very likely. It would make sense because that allows them to come back into the storyline, and they're not dead. They're obviously not dead. They're just gone. But nobody really knows when. That's the possibility that Maxis may know, but he's not telling anybody at the moment, so that Richtofen can't find out. So you know, if you told Maxis, like told Samuel that like, oh, they're gonna be coming out in like a couple days, don't tell anybody. And obviously Richtofen be like, hey, what you know? And he's like, I don't know, just some four guys. And he'd be like, what? But that's where I'm going off with this, guys, is the possibility that the events of Moon, they teleported, and we're basically working down the timeline to the point where they exit from the teleporter and come back into the real, like, into this timeline. And I think that's going to be coming up in the next couple DLCs, or possibly 2 DLCs. I don't believe it will be the last one. I see it as being the third or second one. Reason for that is it kind of builds a storyline, so actually you could have a map, heck, even possibly the last map where you get to play as the original four. I see it like that, or even possibly an Easter egg that allows you to play as the original four after you've done that Easter egg with the transit characters. That could be possible too. I'm not too sure though, but I think that's how it would work, because we should have heard something from Maxis by now about Samantha being dead or anything. We just haven't. So I think that's a likely possibility that we should take into account. But make sure, guys, to leave your thoughts below, and if you enjoyed this video or even thought or even possibly agree with this crazy theory, but it's not so crazy if you really look into it, and I understand that it's most likely, more likely what will happen, because we haven't heard anything of them being dead. All we know is they're gone, but they're not on Moon anymore. That's quite obvious. We should have heard something by Maxis from now about Samantha being dead, but obviously that's not, so he knows that she is still alive somehow. But other than that, guys, make sure to leave your thoughts below. Make sure to submit all the Twitter codes, not Twitter codes, I keep screwing up, giveaway codes, and heads up, giveaway results should be out by Friday or Saturday. I'm not too sure yet. It's one of those days. I must say, you guys have been amazing with the codes. Over 200 submissions. That's freaking awesome. And you may notice this is another cinematic video. I'm kind of in a pickle right now, guys. My controller for my Xbox actually no longer works. I can't sprint with it, and if you guys know how that is, it's annoying to play. And I really wish I could keep playing for you guys, but it's just such a pain in the butt. That I'm probably going to be taking a week off from playing, or 2 weeks, possibly 2 weeks. I don't want 2 weeks, but this actually works out because I'm kind of falling behind in my studies. But I will still be making these kind of videos, cinematics, or even like theories, all that kind of stuff for you guys, because I do not want to say goodbye to you right away. But other than that, guys, if you agree with this, make sure to leave a comment what your favorite zombie character is. Transit, Original 4, Maxis, Samantha, any character in the freaking storyline. Tell me your favorite character, and that would be awesome. And if you think more people should know, make sure to share this around. I think this is a really good possibility that this is what Treyarch is planning, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.